Hello and welcome to another All Nation Line video. This is part 2 of my Scrounge scratch building project for the Reading 40-foot steel boxcar. If you watch my first video, there's more of an explanation on the details on this car. However, in this video I want to talk a little bit about the scrounging process. And obviously this probably applies more to modelers who've been scratch building or building kits for a long time, and you end up with leftover parts, or you pick up parts from a show and you put them in your junk box or the drawer, figuring you're going to need that extra brake cylinder or perhaps ladders and brake wheels, that sort of thing, to detail a kit. And so what I decided was to try to scrounge through all of my partly empty boxes, drawers, and aggregate the parts to pull it all together to build this boxcar. And that doesn't happen overnight, because sometimes you know you have a particular part but you can't find it right away. So it took me a little bit to pull all this together, and what I want to show you is some of the pieces or starting points. So actually I was looking for boxcar sides and something of a raw material that I could start with in terms of cutting the appropriate doors in these sides. And I have some of these that are leftovers and should be ideal for a starting point. I also ran across a box that I had marked as a boxcar kit that was unfinished, and so I opened that up and found a few parts in there, and one of the core parts is the structure typically that was used on All Nation kits for inside for assembling your sides, your roofs, your boxcar ends. And I think I'm going to build an extra one of these and use one of them as a work holding fixture, so I can have an opportunity to work on the sides before I actually do a final assembly on a structure like this. This one has a little bit of underbody detail, so some work had been done on it. So that's kind of a find, maybe a little bit of time saving. Other items of importance, and really the roofs are probably the next item I look for, and I have several. I have fairly good amount of old tin roofs that were stamped, and I have a version in brass, which is very nice, good starting point. And I have some old lowball reefer roofs. They came in two parts, depending on the kit, I guess. There was also a longer one, but these also have the holes cut in the ends for loading ice, so I'm thinking those are probably about the appropriate size that would be needed if we were to cut holes across the top of the boxcar for roof hatches, and of course those would be used for loading the bulk beans that would be shipped to Hershey. Next are, of course, detail parts. I have a variety of boxcar ends that I should be able to match up to what was used on this car. Again, I have limited knowledge and information on this particular boxcar, so obviously I have to try to look at the photos, and I would doubt very much I would have a perfect boxcar in terms of being a rivet counter. May make some mistakes along the way unless I find more information about the car. So again, I was scrounging for parts that had different boxcar doors and ends, and I'll try to match those up. Other common detail parts are roof ribs, ladders. I even have some brass stampings that illustrate the hinges and door locks, or hinges I should say, door slides. And what I might do with a part like this is try to cast it in resin to get some of this detail, because they look very good. And then I have a very wide variety of roof hatches, from hopper cars to that came off, roof hatches from reefers and that sort of thing. So I'm going to try to adapt and repurpose those. And again, that's a little bit of this part 2 video that I wanted to share and show you where we're at. Now part 3, I want to start talking about cutting the doors in the boxcar sides and illustrate how I'm doing that. And in part 4, I want to talk a little bit about working the roof. And it's easier to work some of these things like cutting out the roof hatches before assembly and try to think order of operation here. And where I don't have the particular parts, I may have to fabricate, for example, some doors. I might have to 3D print some detailed parts. We'll just wait and see on that. But wanted to share this with you, and if you start a project like this, it is very interesting, challenging, and enjoyable at the same time.